G'day YouTube, 7:10. Here we see a spider web. It's been unoccupied all day. Here we see a spider in its daytime camp. Not the one responsible for that web with its 2 or 3 or 4 leaves floating in the wind. Here is another spidery web. This one larger, with half a dozen leaves decorating it. Probably difficult to see at the moment, but there's a hole in the center of the web, and it's faintly possible that we won't see much work done on that web at all tonight, because up here is the hiding spot where I expected to see the spider that belongs to that web, and it's just not there. It's entirely possible that the spider responsible for this web has been snapped up by a bird sometime between midday and now, because at midday this is where the spider was hanging out and hiding. I suppose we'll find out within an hour. Okay, 8:20. And this web appears to have been abandoned, but all is not lost, because here's the spider. Now, whether there's going to be a whole new web in this new location and how well that's going to work out for the spider, I don't know. Maybe it'll go back to the old web. Maybe it'll cling on here. I never ever did figure out where this little spider lives during the day. And meanwhile, there we go. This spider has reappeared from wherever it was hiding after I saw it at lunchtime. Okay, so we're dealing with cleaning the leaves out of the web. So this web is going to be rebuilt. Wow, it's really fast. I think it's decided that I'm not actually a threat. Even though when I saw it today at lunchtime, that was enough to make it change its daytime hideaway. We're going to clean this leaf out of the web as well. At least that's my guess. It's a wattle leaf, for anybody who was wondering. Okay, so the leaf has been cut free at the top. So these little spiders, well, moderately big spiders, they hide all day and they come out at night. This one's just sort of hanging and swinging and swinging and hanging. Doesn't seem to have done a whole lot. Whereas this one is having a bit of fun there, silhouetted by the moon. And yeah, I can provide backing illumination. I think it's basically a little bit wary because I'm illuminating and I'm videoing, and it's confused by having light from both sides at once. It's now decided to sit in the center of the web and pretend that it can't see me, sort of thing. Great big gaping hole just there in the web. I think I'll go and sit down and have a beer and come back in an hour, and we'll probably find that great progress has been made. Okay, 20 past 9, and things have changed. I don't know whether a bat has flown through here or whether this little old lady has decided that it's too windy. Perhaps that's it, because there is a bit of wind in the trees. But what she seems to have done is completely demolished the old web. There are, well, there's some silk up there holding it to the top wire, and there are these two down guy wires sort of thing, but essentially she's apparently eating the web. She's going to reprocess the whole thing. Maybe in another couple of hours, possibly as the wind drops down, she will have a whole new web. Meanwhile, what do we got going on over here? Here we go. We have moved. We're no longer sort of between that pole and the bottle bin. We are now hanging vertically down. From one of the wires that holds up the anti-hail netting, just in case the car needs to be sheltered. Because once upon a time, 25 years ago, that was the situation. So yeah, spiders at night. It's really, really interesting. Whoop. Hey, wow, there's thread spinning out of her ass at the moment. Yeah. I've never actually watched them like this. But you know, such is life. Such is life. How much amazing cleverness is there packed into this little spider on a windy night trying to spin a web, deciding whether it's worthwhile spinning the web or whether there's just so much wind that all you're going to do is waste the energy, and it's better off going and hibernating and waiting another day. But you know, today was 31 degrees. I think I know a spider who would really, really, really like to get a bit of energy and moisture from eating an insect. Yeah. I think we might come back to this little lady in about another hour. Because where are we? Let's get a bit of fill in. Hey, backlighting as they call it. I don't know what this... Oh yes, we now have two lines to the top wire. Oh, no, that top wire. Up there near the moon. And we have a couple coming down. So yeah, oh, wow. Aha. And there, left behind, that's the egg sac. That is the egg sac. What's going to go on now is she's going to rapidly build a circular web around that. At least that's my thoughts and suspicions. Spiders in Moonlight. Woohoo! Back in an hour. Let's go and see what there is to see. Okay, well over here we have nothing. For a while there was an attempt to build a web here, but I can't see any sign of that spider now. I don't know where it's gone. Maybe eaten by a bat. Here's its web from last night. It does not appear to be attempting to salvage it. It's not anywhere around. Meanwhile, here we go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. Can you imagine how many times she's been around that web? And as I said to you, there in the centre is the egg sac. And there she is, working her way around, dragging her ass behind her, pulling the web, making it happen. And there's the moon. As advertised, spiders by moonlight. And this may be, perhaps, the spider that gave up building a web across here and which has not gone back to its web over there of last night. And that's what we've got at midnight. A spider at night. Warbles on a lot to YouTube. Ciao.